Hello, this is Idodmg and welcome back to the channel. In this Torchlight 3 video, I want to talk to you about my first impressions and thoughts on the new update to the game that was on May 25th, 2021. The biggest highlight was the brand new class, the Cursed Captain. That's what I really want to focus on in this video, is talking about this new class, my thoughts on it, and hopefully you can decide for yourself if you want to come back and check out this free update that was added to the game. Along with this update, we also got the news that this will be Extra Games' last update to Torchlight 3 and that the game is now in Perfect World's hands. So we'll see what they're going to do with it in terms of updates in the future. Now let's go ahead and talk Torchlight 3 Cursed Captain. Back in early April, they announced the new class, the Cursed Captain, and what it was going to be. I was hearing rumors and people talking about how the class worked. Instead of a traditional mana bar or a rage bar or whatever it is, they go off of pirate coins called doubloons. And the way that the class works is whenever you kill something or hit something, there's a chance that a doubloon will spawn on the ground, which is a little coin. And you have to actually go pick it up to be able to use that resource to spend your abilities. And when I first heard about this, I thought that the class sounded really clunky, a little bit unfun. Like, I thought it literally just sounded kind of lame, to be honest, to have to go around and actually pick up your resource to spend. But after some thought, and I didn't know if I was going to play the update right away or wait, because there's a lot of other games and a lot of other things going on right now in the gaming world. But shout out to Diz, he was playing, and so I figured, well, I might as well jump on and see what it's all about. And I'm really glad I did, because from the minute I first started playing the Cursed Captain, I realized that those doubloons are actually really easy to pick up. The way they have it set up is that whenever they drop, they also gravitate towards your character, so you don't have to actually go and run, like they're not static. And also collecting the coins makes you feel like you're getting more loot, even though it really is just your resource. But it just makes the class just that much more fun to really play. I also found something that I consider to be a little bit overpowered, but if you find a focus, which is an offhanded item, you can get an affix on there that has a chance on a hit to spawn a doubloon. And you can get that affix to roll twice, with the two percentages adding up to be over 100%. What that means is you can guarantee that every time you hit an enemy, a doubloon will spawn. Like, it got to the point that I had so much doubloons that I just couldn't spend them fast enough. I was playing co-op with Diz and I was complaining about, oh man, I just can't hit the button fast enough. Like, I'm always at max doubloons. It's really, really strong. So if you're playing the Cursed Captain, keep an eye out for one of those focuses. But it's the way the resources is and the way that the class plays based around its resource specifically is way better than I could have ever imagined. And I really think that this update overall is one notch better than previous updates. And we were talking about this on stream, I believe, with Toast over the weekend. I think it was on Thursday, actually, about just, you know, it is their last update from Extra Games, but it is a good update. And so I really am thankful for what we do have. I went over and switched to some gameplay here just to kind of give a brief overview of what the class has to offer in terms of skill. This is by no means a guide or anything, just to show you what to expect from the class. So when it comes to the class skill tree, there are two trees tied specifically to the class. You'll notice, of course, we have a third skill tree here, which is the relic, which I went with Blood Drinker. I'm not planning on using any relics. I want to go full class here, since I've done all the relics before and the class is new. That's what I want to focus on. But anyway, we have the Curse tree and the Piracy tree. Just up front, I have not messed a lot with the Piracy tree, just because, well, I just haven't yet. I mean, the Curse tree feels so strong, and with endgame being my main focus right now, I'm trying to find a really strong build, so that's pretty much the reason for that. So on the Curse tree, this one's based around summons and getting out your crewmates, which are basically your minions, and then buffing up those crewmates with your flag. They all really kind of play together, and it really makes for a lot of fun. You have Call the Crew, which summons in just your little, I think like 4 or 5 little crew dudes. And then whenever you use the skill while they're active, they wraith walk to that location and deal some damage with the spinning slash, which you can see. You also, in the skill tree, you have these first two skills. So Maelstrom's really cool. It does a little pull-in type thing. I'm not using it because the damage didn't feel really great, so I had to take it off my bar. You have one where you can mark the target, and then your crewmates will actually tunnel down that specific target, and they'll take more damage. Pretty cool little skill. I don't know. There was something off a little bit about it. And then you have other things. The first mate will come in, and then if used again, he uses his cannon to shoot. But what I like to do is get a bunch of minions out, a bunch of crewmates out, and then drop this banner and just watch that damage shoot up. Over on the piracy tree, you have the most overpowered skill the cursed captain has, I would argue, is fire. It's literally a cannon that deals damage, and then for 12 seconds after that, the cannon is manned by a cannoneer crewmate that just bursts down enemies. And what's crazy about this is there's no limit to how many you can have. So if you're getting infinite doubloons, you're summoning infinite cannoneers. It's crazy. Yes, it lasts for 12 seconds, so if you're summoning one per second, you can have up to 12 out, I guess, if you want to think about it that way. But it's still really strong. And then you also have your movement skill, a little bit of a melee skill that I messed around with for a little bit. Wasn't super impressed because the crewmates are just so dang strong. And then I have Take a Swig, which is a healing. But there's other stuff on the skill tree that you should definitely check out and mess around with. The build I have set up it's pretty much just face roll. Honestly, if anything's on cooldown or can be used, I push the button. It's really kind of a cheesy build. But anyway, at the end of the day, the Cursed Captain is definitely a lot of fun to play. And I really sincerely think you should check out the new update. The game is currently on sale for 50% off. You can pick it up for $19.99 right now on Steam, which I primarily play. I've never played it on console. I only play on PC. I do have a console. I just have never actually played it on console. Nothing against it by any means, but it is 50% off. Keep an eye out for a sale. Sometimes it's up on the Xbox Game Pass. I mean, for $19.99, you definitely can get at least one playthrough through the game. And if you haven't checked out the game in a while, really do. I mean, if you already own the game, why not go ahead and just check out the new class? It's an absolute blast to play, and I think this is probably one of my favorite classes in the game so far, especially coming from one of those that I love to play pet summoner builds. This one really hits home. I mean, I'm tempted to re-roll Bane and really do something crazy overpowered. I would imagine it's even stronger than the sharpshooter build guide that I have up. I'll have a link for that down in the description. But anyway, that's going to be it for this Torchlight 3 update, Cursed Captain impressions video. I plan to have a few more videos coming out in the next few days about Torchlight 3, the new update, state of the game, all that fun stuff. If you enjoyed this video and all the content here on the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell to get notified when I post new weekly videos, live streams, and my daily YouTube shorts. Thank you so much. Your view means the absolute world to me. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.